So today we're going to talk a little bit about OnlyWire and how easy it is to add the OnlyWire bookmarklet, so that it's going to be very easy to go ahead and social bookmark all your new posts. This is the OnlyWire screen, the main screen. You just type in your URL www.onlywire.com. The first thing that you want to do is log in. And when you log in, we'll just use a login that we have here for my wife. Just 1 second. And we're going to get all logged in here. And it's a brand new account, so that we can see what a very new account is. The first thing that you'll need to do when you sign up for OnlyWire is you'll notice that you have all these different social bookmarking sites on the left hand side: Backflip, Ipsonomy, Blinklist, Blog Memes. What you'll need to do is you'll need to click on each one of those links and go create an account there. Once you've created an account, what you'll end up doing is filling in your username and password. What this will do is when you go ahead and post via using OnlyWire, using their bookmarklet, it will automatically go and post to all these different social bookmarking sites, which will save you just a ton of times. So that's your very first thing that you'll need to do. The second thing that you'll need to do is, after you go in and create all those accounts and fill in all this information, you'll need to add the bookmarklet to your toolbar up here somewhere. If you notice, my toolbar has a whole bunch of bookmarklets for different sites, but OnlyWire will replace most of these bookmarklets because you won't need to do all these up here. You'll just be able to click on one bookmarklet to post to OnlyWire. So the first thing we want to do is, if you notice, we have a little save page standard with no frames here. If you're in IE, what you'll need to do here is right click and then click on Add to Favorites. Go ahead and click on Yes when you get this little message, security alert. And then what will happen is that you'll have the name, and you'll want to change the name to something that you'll remember, like Post to OnlyWire. And then you'll need to decide where to create it in. I have my links, if you look at the top, right on my browser. So I'm going to create it in my links folder. If you want to create it in some other folder, you just open it up and create it in there, and you can get at that through your favorites. But this will make it very easy for me, so I'll just go ahead and create it in the links. So I'm going to click Add. And if you notice, my links row is completely filled, and way over on the right hand side I have two little right arrows. If I click on that, I get all my other links that I have out there. And if you see at the very bottom, I have the new bookmarklet called Post to OnlyWire that I just created out here. And if I want to, I can go ahead and move this up to near the top. Or I could actually drag it and put it up here if I wanted to, somewhere on the top row. But for now, I'll just put it on here. And I'm going to log out of here and then log into my main account in just 1 second here. Just give me 1 second. And what I just did now is I didn't want everybody to see my password, so I quickly navigated to a different page. But right now I am logged into OnlyWire, and I recommend that you basically do that and leave yourself logged in and then close up your browser. And the reason I logged into OnlyWire is because let's go to a page where I'm actually going to go and pretend that I'm going to post to OnlyWire. So let's go to my parenting site really quickly here, moreforkids.info, and I'm going to click on my one of the things that you'll need to do if you're in WordPress is get to the permalink of your article, and the way to do that is not click on the read more tag down at the bottom, but go ahead and click on the title of your article. Notice at the very top the URL has the full title of the article and nothing else. That's called your permalink, and that's where you want to be posting all your bookmarklets and doing all your social posting too, social bookmarking too. Okay, now this is how easy it is to do OnlyWire. I go up to the top, I click on my post to OnlyWire, and it will just take me a second here, maybe a little bit more. OnlyWire seems to be just a little slow at the moment, so let's just give it a second here. Okay, OnlyWire has finally come up, and that took a little bit of time, but still it's going to be a lot less time than if you were to have to go to all your different social bookmarking sites. And if you notice down at the bottom, I basically scroll down to the bottom, make sure that all these are checked down here, because these are the sites that it's going to be posting to, so make sure you have your backflip, blue dot, magnolia, etc. all clicked on. One of the first things you'll want to do is put in your tags, and if you notice your title is already pre-populated, that saves you time, and your URL is also pre-populated too. So just go down and put in your tags, and in this case it's going to be like Halloween, if I can spell here, Halloween parties, Halloween decorating, and I put commas, but you're not supposed to be putting commas here, so I made a mistake. I'm just going to take those commas out, and between all the words I'm going to be putting a dash. So I do apologize for that. But in OnlyWire I use different social bookmarking sites, and you have to be really cognizant of who you're submitting to, because some of them let you actually put in commas, and some of them make you put in spaces. Within OnlyWire, what you want to do is between the tags you want to put in spaces, and between the words you want to put in the dashes or the plus signs. I tend to put in the dashes. And then what you want to do here is just put in a little description and kind of, here is a great article on decorating and planning Halloween parties that will be sure to thrill your kids. So I went in and put a little description. Usually it's going to be maybe 2 sentences, 3 at the very most. You don't want a whole novel in here, because what's going to happen is that on these social bookmarking sites, the people that are viewing it will see your title of the article, and then they also see a little clipping. So you want kind of a lead-in on the clipping so that people want to actually click on and go to your site. Always make sure that the mark as private is not clicked. Now I've already bookmarked this, so I don't want to be bookmarked again, but if I wanted to bookmark this, all I would do is then finish up and click on the bookmark page, and then I would be all done. And within the next, I'd say about 6 to 8 hours, the next day at the most, all these different sites will have your article on it. And that's all there is to OnlyWire, and this will be a great time saver.